The Indoor World Athletics Championship in Nanjing, China is set to take place in just under a month. Yet, a ton of America's best athletes are opting not to compete, certain athletes are telling people not to watch the US Indoor Championships, and the cherry on top, Fred Curley, your Olympic 100 meter bronze medalist, isn't running indoors, but he is racing bums on the street.
You got me today, man!
Yet at least it's entertaining. Okay, so the title may or may not give it away, but the most anticipated meet this weekend, the US Indoor Championship, was kind of a wash. Internationally, athletics still banged, so stick around for that. But obviously, I don't want to disrespect anyone's hard-earned US national title. But genuinely, where was everyone? To kick it off, Ronnie Baker took out the men's 60 meter title in a nice and neat 6.52 seconds, showing a different level of class. And that's to be expected, because he is the equal indoor 60 meter world leader right now. That, and the field was majority made up of unattached athletes and college students. No Lyles, no Coleman, no Curley. We know where he was. And Bromell is out injured again. The women's 60 meter was taken out by Celera Barnes, surprisingly making ground and edging out world leader Jaisha Sears in a bit of a sluggish nail biter.
Pushed right to the line. That was close. Celera Barnes may have got it.
7.11 seconds, but again, none of the US's fastest women were actually here. To be fair, most of them don't really run indoors anyway. But even looking at the distance events, American distance running on the men's side is at an all-time historic peak. We've never seen it this fast, period. This month alone we saw Nagoose with the short-lived indoor mile world record, followed by Kessler who also dipped under it, Fisher with the indoor 3K and 5K world records, and again, Hocker right behind him, going faster than the old 3K world record too. Yet only one of these four men bothered to turn up to the US Indoor Championships. Kessler, the sole man of the group, buckling down, showing dominance and doubling up, winning both the indoor 3K and 1500 meter US titles on back-to-back days, showing no matter the competition, he's here to win races.
The 1500 3000 double at these national indoor titles.
But it gets even wackier, because copying Kessler, Nikki Hiltz would win both the 1500 meter and 3K indoor titles on the women's side, securing 2 spots for the indoor world champs.
Nikki Hiltz gets the double! The 1500 3000 double at this...
Just to end up choosing to not run world indoors, and instead, focus on Grand Slam track. And now the puzzle pieces start fitting together. This is the first signs of the Grand Slam track effect. Why would the world's top athletes run at world indoors for a possibility at pocket change when they could get paid better just to show up at Grand Slam track, or even better, win a massive payout? Sure, ignoring the fact field events get shafted, Grand Slam track has been making it clear months out who's running, where it's being streamed, and what the stakes are. Something that is unheard of in the track and field space. And Grant Holloway would agree, because the day of the US track and field champs, Holloway would be caught tweeting to not watch day one of the meet. Why would a professional athlete tell you not to pay to watch them? Because day one of the champs would be streamed behind a $10 paywall, while the second day would be free on NBC, but not even live.
Huh?
$10 for a stream of one measly day of athletics. Scratch that. A few hours of athletics. FlowTrack genuinely offers a better deal. It's just distasteful. This is a national championship and they're charging pay-per-view for half of an event. This is what makes athletics so hard to follow. Watch some of it here, some of it on this service, some of it here. It's just a headache. And after criticizing US track and field, Holloway would go on to win his 60 meter hurdle title for his 82nd consecutive win in a row.
How about Brackens? He's going with it, but it's Grant Holloway!
7.36 seconds, but looking almost human, as an unattached Cameron Murray and Johnny Brackens out of the NCAA stick unusually close. Masai Russell also continues her undefeated streak of 6 indoor races this year, 7.74 seconds, besting her own world lead to beat out Grace Stark.
Coming on, she's pushing, she's got some work to do! Leans right at the line!
And she said it best herself. At the Olympics, she proved the better half of her race is the latter. So if she's this dangerous in the first 60 meters, we might be looking at our first dominant female hurdler in years. And on the contrary to most events, the men's 400 meter featured the majority of America's big names.
Chris Bailey right at the top of your screen.
Namely Chris Bailey, who finished 6th at Paris, having to fight extra hard on the outside, yet still comfortably winning over Ja'Cory Patterson in 2nd.
This is where Quincy Wilson comes home, but he's got work to do, but it's too much work.
And yep, that's Quincy Wilson in 5th. He's smashed youth world records, but among the pros, he's still finding his footing. I mean, he's 17 after all. But by far, the biggest highlight of the US Indoor Champs was Josh Hoey, the son of a bitch doing it again. He led the entirety of this 800 meters, running completely composed, not even a strain on his face, into his third American record of 2025. And more impressively, the second fastest indoor 800 meter of all time, only behind Wilson Kipketer.
Keep his winning ways going. He most certainly is. 1:43.21. Another American record for Josh Hoey. Man, is this guy on a...
It is over half a second behind the fastest of all time, but Kipketer demolished what we thought was even possible for this event indoors. By the end of 2024, the 800 meter was becoming one of the most exciting events to watch. We saw 5 people dip below 142 multiple times, genuinely challenging the world record, and now we've got another contender in the mix. He even beat Hopple a couple weeks ago, one of 2024's 141 guys. I said it last year and I'll say it again, the 800 meter world record is on suicide watch, and so are the athletes who are going to have to run grueling 141s to keep up with each other. So, US champs were kind of busted in all aspects, broadcast, results and matchups, but international athletics was class as usual. There was some blazing women's 60 meters this week. In Switzerland, on their funky European indoor courts, Kambunji dominates her way to a Swiss 60 meter title in 7.03 seconds. She's 32 years old and is a serious threat for the world indoor title this year, considering we don't know who'll be there. But in Jamaica, Tina and Tia Clayton ran some egregiously fast 60 meter times. Tia going 7.02 seconds, while her twin sister 7.04 seconds. Both displaying a different level of top end speed compared to the rest of the field. Tia turned heads at last year's Olympics going 10.89 in the semis, and now her twin sister is catching up. But there is a caveat. These were some pretty heavily wind-aided times. Regardless, seeing Tina run as fast as her sister is scary. Speaking of Jamaicans, a Jamaican man would produce the fastest 60 meter this week, Julian Forte going 6.48 with a legal 1.0 win.
Forbes gets the win. 6.49 the flash time.
And on that note, with people dipping and dodging indoors, Kashane Thompson is still running at World Indoors, so good chance a Jamaican stands atop the podium in China. The jumps were also great this week, and I had a lot of fun watching it. Firstly, as expected of an event with an active world record holder, the women's high jump is already showing its class. Aussie Golden Girl Eleanor Patterson is finally in peak form after her broken ankle a bit over a year ago, clearing 199 with room for a season opener, the highest season opener of her career. And this pushed Mahuchik, the world record holder, to clear 2.01 meters for the win.
She's driving in. Oh, magnificent clearance. Well clear.
But in the background, 19-year-old Angelina Topic was cooking. She would fail 2 attempts at 199, a would-be new personal best, but just tickling it. So to challenge for the win, she'd have one singular go at 2.01 meters, a would-be 3 centimeter personal best.
Oh, that wasn't far away at all.
That was damn close, having the height, but knocking it on the way down. Slightly mistimed. I may not be able to convince you, but women's high jump has a world record holder, 2 solid 2 meter jumpers chasing her, and a young prodigy ready to sneak some big jumps. Personally, I'm very excited. While in the men's, Hamish Kerr, Olympic champion, is back in fighting form, going over 2.0 meters in a surprisingly nice day in Christchurch against hometown competition. I assume he's going to World Indoors, but what other athlete does this? Puts on world-class performances even when the moment doesn't call for it. So you can imagine, add a little bit of pressure, some real competition, no offense to the boys, he's undoubtedly going to be the guy to beat this year on the world stage. Although Ukrainian Doroshok did jump the highest this week. The pole vault is also producing uncharacteristically high jumps. Emmanuel Corrales beautifully folding over 6.01 meters for a Greek record. And you know, for a new personal best, this was a really clean jump. That makes him the 3rd man to go over 6 meters this year in February. That's pretty close to as many men as we usually get over 6 meters during an entire year. And lastly, a pretty cool final performance was Mattia Filani's training partner, 16-year-old Daniel Inzoli, jumping 7.93 meters. Italy consistently produces beyond world-class jumpers, and for some reason they just keep getting younger and younger. And that's basically the week. I know cows will be in the comments demanding throws, but what do you have to say for yourself? All 3 American great shot putters not showing up to US indoors, no Krauser, no Kovacs, no Otterdal. What can I do if they don't do?